Okay, guys. Let me try to sum up what we've been talking about the last year. We started out with Martin Ayers and a lot of his basic stuff, and a lot of this is stuff he talks about. And we just kind of put it in our own words and shared it with you. So we've talked about opposing forces, especially on the takeaway. When I take the club away now, I'm going towards the target to take my backswing. Okay, that's opposing forces. We've talked about the brakes on the right and the left. You got to have brakes. Keeps you from overswinging on your backswing. It cuts down on motion that you don't need. And on the front side, when you hit the brakes, it allows your arms to swing freely. Okay, you got to have a brake system for that. If you don't, you just keep going. We've talked about all this stuff for months now. We've talked about the way that Martin, and the way that's Martin's, by the way. Martin's. We've talked about the way Martin has talked about the continuing club swing. Instead of coming one direction and stopping and then going back the other direction, we want a continual swinging in motion club. Okay, the twirl at the top and the twirl at the bottom. We've talked about all that. Okay, lately what we've discovered is this middle finger. For me, it's right here. When I feel the club, it's right here on that joint. Okay, when I grip the club, I can concentrate on that one place and control as best I can the club face. If you think that you can control this club face, swinging at the speeds that we swing, even though we're old people, you can't do it, but you can get close. Okay, but don't try to do it. Everything else you're doing that we've talked about is the consistency that we need to allow us to have a chance of squaring this club face up, or opening it up or closing it a little bit, depending on what kind of shot we want to hit. Okay, so you got this middle finger. It's between the radial and the ulnar bone. It just separates. It comes right up through your elbow and right up to your shoulders. That's the right side and the left side. Okay, so what we try to do in this swing, or in this method, it's not a method, it's golf in general. I don't care what kind of method that you're using, you got to do this. Okay, you've got to allow yourself to get out of the way, and I was talking about your upper body and your lower body, to get out of the way for your arms to swing freely. Okay, the hardest part is coming back to the ball, because when you come back to the ball, your arms and everything are wanting to suck into you. That's just the way it is, kind of like a ice skater. When they go around as fast as they can, their arms suck into them. Well, that's the same thing that's happening to us. We don't want that in a golf. If you're ice skating and you want to do that, well, that's what you want. But we're not looking for that. So when I concentrate on that one piece of my hand right here, okay, I want to keep that as far away from me as I possibly can throughout the whole swing, coming down especially. Okay, I want it away from me. I don't want it coming into me. I want it away from me. All right. This also helps with the twirl, because I use a 10-finger grip, and when I grip it, I feel it with that finger right there. Right there. That's what I feel it with. I don't feel it with this or these last two. Oh, they're on there, but I'm really feeling it with this, because I can take that, and that club is going to, or the handle is going to orbit around that one section of my hand. Okay, really easy. And another thing that you're going to have to do that I found. You're gonna have to lighten up on your lead hand grip, okay? So that's basically what the premise of this whole thing has all been about, is getting your body and understanding what you got to do to get your body away to let these arms swing out here, okay? They got to swing out here. They can't come in here like this. They got to be allowed to swing. That's why Diz and Dave they talk about when they're coming down, there's sits. They call it the sits. Well, they're sitting away this way to move the mass of their body away, so these hands in this club unit, which is made up of the arms, the hands, and the club, to swing freely, okay? If you don't, you'll stand up and you'll run into yourself and all kind of crap. So that's basically what the golf swing, no matter what method that you're using, is all about. You gotta get away from this club. You gotta stay away from it so it can swing on its own without any interruptions, okay? So, you know, we could go on and on and on with vids, but we're at the point now where if we did that, we'd just be repeating ourselves over and over and over, because there's nothing to add to it or nothing to take away from it. It's all there. It's all in those vids, especially the last probably 2 months of the vids that you've seen me put up. If you just look at those, you can probably develop a really good golf method or swing for yourself, okay? Because everybody's different. Yes, I got Martins everywhere. Love them. And got houses behind me too. Let me show you what I got now. If I turn around, there's my Martin houses. There's the Martins flying in. There they are. Of course, I got houses now all around me. So y'all remember when I used to hit balls that way? Well, I can't do that anymore. So I got to go out to the course and play. And I've been doing quite a bit of that lately. And I'm using that middle finger right there. I'm using a cut release for me. All I'm doing is I'm taking this club, and when I'm coming back to the ball, I make sure that I'm not taking this bone and rolling it this way. I'm taking my pinky, because the pinky is on your ulnar bone, and this is on your radial bone. I don't want this radial bone to do that. I want it to do, for me, I want that pinky bone to beat everything to the club. I mean, to the ball. And as I said, this is the division right here. That's all I got. That's all I got to think about. And when I do that, I can hit a cut anytime I want to. Oh, I can draw it if I want to, but I just don't like that shot. Okay. So anyway, guys, I think you got enough information now to go out and build your golf swing. Just look at the vids. If there's anything we can do for you, just holler at us. We'll do what we can do. Dave's headed down to Florida again Thursday, so he's not going to be available. Diz lives out on the golf course, on the driving range, and he hits balls. I don't know how many balls he hits a day, but he hits a lot of balls. Okay. All right, guys, hope that helped. Talk to y'all later, and y'all have a good summer, and I hope your golf game comes around and you find what you're looking for. Bye.